In the studio tonight, we are honored to have our news director, Tarh Paddy King, to react to some very pivotal matters of concern. Would like to confirm if you can hear us, Mr. Tarh.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, need I remind you that tonight our news director will be joining us via audio because he's indisposed for live video. Well, tonight we have some concerns, starting with the today's lockdown. We believe you, Mr. Tao, would have something to say about this.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to congratulate you on the studio for, first of all, for the news you have this evening. I want to congratulate Dori Pikinsu and Masa Kimbi for briefing there. But there could be some adjustments. The good news is that in the entire territory, I'm talking about the Amazonian National Territory, we've had the ghost town widely respected, but there might be some adjustments. As soon as we have that confirmation from government, we'll let the public aware of it. The most important thing for now, ANC instructed that every Amazonian would have to stay home from the 2nd, which was Saturday, into the 12th of this month. But then I'm getting some information that has not been confirmed from the office of the president that due to some security concerns, there are chances that it might be extended to the 18th or even above the 18th. But whichever the situation is, we're calling on all those who are watching us at the home front and on social media to stay on their screens. If there are any details, we'll update them. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ta. Something more like breaking news. It's something we've talked about before in the studio, and it has to do with Cho Ayaba's more like ransom taken from the already suffering peoples of Amazonia, the people on the home front in the war-torn Amazonia who have to deal with daily traumas and deaths that they do not expect, people who are going through a lot that this war has caused. We'd like you to quickly react because there's this, we just saw this, a 70,000 amount that is supposed to be given to him as what he calls tax for whatever struggle he is about, but he calls it some tax, Amazonian tax for whatever struggle he calls it. We'd like you to react to this. What can you say about this action of Cho Ayaba demanding this 70,000, not in France CFA, in dollars, demanding this money from Amazonians on the home front who are suffering already?
Thank you once again, Stasman. I would like the images to be brought on the screen, especially some of the images of the ghost town. As I get to talk in this regard, I would like those images to be as an overlay so that Amazonians can see it as Exhibit A. At the mention of that, it's beginning to sound like a broken CD. Everything of the negative comes from that. Please, I want to have that image on the screen now. The image of the receipt of the levy that he is bringing from people, or he's asking or levying our people. That's 10,000 francs CFA, which is about $20. That is what Cho Ayaba is levying on the people. You know, this is an indication that Cho Ayaba has failed. We have decided to block the name of whoever had this receipt for the person's safety. But Amazonians at gunpoint are being forced by this Cameroon contractor. We know he works for Cameroon. The evidence that has been shown on the media a couple of times with him having a truce with the Cameroon army. And we understand that the Cameroon army does not attack his forces. Now, Cho Ayaba is running dry because Amazonians have boycotted him. Nobody is raising funds for him. You will have Cho Ayaba inflicting pain on our people, forcing them and obliging them to give money for whatever reason is just unfortunate. And all of this is fighting, not necessarily fighting for nation, because he turns around and kills the same people. There is no evidence for Cho Ayaba killing any of La République du Cameroon terrorist forces. It's either an Ambazonian has been kidnapped or an Ambazonian has been killed by Cho Ayaba. So the message from the interim government is that Ambazonians should distance themselves from any tax. If you've not heard any word from the interim government, you are not supposed to pay any tax. When there is a need for that, the government will use the proper channels to do it. But the president doesn't think that at this critical time, our people should be levied with taxes. Our people can voluntarily feed the Amazonian restoration forces or give them contributions or donations, basic, not necessarily taxes. So this is quite technical, and I'm hoping that one of these days we will get someone from the Department of Homeland Security, Self-Defense to come up and give us details as to what are the dynamics involved. But Amazonians would have to hearken to what the vice president said. And the vice president actually said you would have to protect yourself from bandits, from armed robbers like the Bulu Intervention Rapide, that is the B, from forces like the ADF who are not fighting to liberate the homeland, but they are fighting for some cause only God knows. You have to protect yourself from that. The genuine Amazonian forces will protect, they will not instantly inflict pain on the people. So the interim government is distancing herself from this tax. Thank you.